to her feet. Her eyes darted to and yon, but no path of escape lay open to her. The beach ran into two steep banks, the water lapped, and he blocked the way back to the castle. She spun to face him, and saw the centuries-old stone on Castle Kin's promontory in the loch, out of reach. But then, her home hadn't kept her safe before, had it? Why should she think it would now? Clutching her jacket closed, she backed away until she nearly stumbled over her discarded shoes. "Dinna come any closer, Malcolm, and dinna be calling me your darling." He smiled, looked for all the world as if he hadn't a care, hadn't a worry, hadn't a side so black and cruel. A year he'd fooled her, made her think he was something different than her father, made her think him kind and charming. The sort of man she would be grateful to call husband, whom she could trust to protect her from the rages of her father, the Kinnaird. How could she not have seen it? "What's got into you, Rowena?" He held out a hand, as if expecting her to place her fingers in his. "I'm gone 2 weeks to attend business, and ye turn to a cowering shrew. Come, greet me properly." A shiver made her shoulders convulse. That was what he had said then. Come, say goodbye properly. But he hadn't just wanted a kiss as she'd given him before. She could still feel the stone floor he'd shoved her to when she tried to pull away. Still saw, every time she closed her eyes, his sneer as she'd begged him to stop. The bruises on her wrist throbbed, though they hadn't hurt for a week. "As if ye dinna ken what's got into me!" She took another step back, but her legs hit against the bank. "Go away, Malcolm, and dinna be coming back!" It flashed in his eyes, that storm she hadn't seen until recently. Lightning and thunder and deadly driving wind. "Is that any way to talk to the man you'll marry?" She shook like a leaf in his gale. "I'll not marry you." It would be a slower death than drowning, but no less certain than if she waded into the loch with stones in her pockets. "You'll never touch me again, Malcolm Kinnaird." 3 large steps, and the hands he curled around her arms proved otherwise. Shackles even though they were, now gentle. To match the charming smile she'd been fooled by. "Mo mornin', I'm sorry if I hurt you. I didn't mean to." If he'd hurt her, did he not remember how he'd bloodied her lip, how he'd knocked her head to the stone floor so that the world went grey, how she'd cried out in agony as he... "I love you." One of his hands stroked through her hair, which the wind had already pulled free of its chignon. A month ago the soft touch would have sent shivers of delight down her back. A month ago the words would have made her shout for joy. Today her stomach threatened to heave. "It got the better of me is all. I forgot myself." And she'd lose herself forever if she didn't get free of him. He'd devour her whole, leaving nothing but the empty shell her mother had become. She tried to shrug him off, to push at his chest. He didn't budge. "Let me go!" Her voice came out strangled and tremulous. "Please, Malcolm, please let me go." "Why must ye fight me? If ye hadn't to fought me..." Bile rose in her throat. "Ye must have invited it, Rowena." That's what her father had said when he found her, bloodied and sobbing in the tower. "I ken young Kinnaird."